What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Got a special episode today. Gonna be breaking down the draft here coming on out up leading to the combine and to the draft. In the first episode, we're gonna be doing the top edge rushers of the 2022 draft class this year. And man, this one's gonna be a pretty good one. Got a couple of surprises in there for you, especially in the top three. You guys are going to like it. So tune in, kick back, get some popcorn, drink, whatever you need to do. And let's get into these top edge rushers of the 2022 NFL draft class. Let's get it.
Super high.
We're going to kick it off at number 10, Mr. Boyie Maefe from Minnesota, 6'4", 255, edge rusher, senior. They got him position ranked 15th. I got him ranked number 10. He gets an 85.9 out of 100. Going over his stats for the past year, he had 7 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 34 tackles in total, 26 solo tackles. Man, some of his strengths, I believe, is his actual athleticism. He has a great inside and outside move. He actually had a very good Senior Bowl. Now, his weaknesses, yes, he is very raw. And he needs more pass rusher moves to add to his repertoire. But man, the guy has great size for a 3'4" edge rusher, 6'4", 255. And he actually surprised me at the Senior Bowl, man. He doesn't have a lot of production out of Minnesota. That's a little bit worrisome. But, man, this guy, he has speed. He has a great jump off the line, man. This guy, I just think he's underrated, man. I think if he goes to the right team, man, he can be, I'm not going to say dominant, but he can be a very good force on that defensive line, man. I think he's going to surprise some people when he gets drafted on whatever team he goes to. Team fits. I like him with the Ravens. I'm not going to lie, I would like him with the Dolphins or the Jets. As far as the Giants, I don't believe he could fit with the Giants, but a team like the Falcons, maybe the team that needs an edge rusher, the Falcons could definitely use him. The Packers could definitely use him. The Smith brothers are going to be split up. I don't think they'd be able to hold Preston Smith and the other Smith out there. And believe it or not, I think he can actually fit just about any 3-4 scheme team. So this guy, he's coming in at number 10. Don't sleep on him. He is a sleeper in the draft. I got him probably going around the third or fourth round. Low third, high fourth. That's where I pretty much got this guy going. But number 10, Boyie Maefe, edge, Minnesota, 6'4", 255. Man, I think this guy's a sleeper. Don't sleep on him. Get this kid on your team and coach him up. All right, coming in at number 9, Mr. Arnold Ebikiti from Penn State University, 6'3", 250. Had 9.5 sacks last year, 2 forced fumbles, 62 total tackles, 34 solo tackles. Man, this kid is an athletic freak. He's going to do very well at the combine. He's going to test very well. Some of his strengths, man, this guy also has a great inside-outside move. And his overall athleticism is ridiculous. But the only thing about this kid, that inside-outside move, is the only move that he really has to his repertoire. And he continues to be put on the ground by cut moves. He's very raw. He needs a lot of help when it comes to pass rush ability and bend off the edge. This guy has to be worked with. I don't see this guy coming in and being dominant immediately from in the beginning of his career, but man, if you teach this kid some pass rushing moves, how to use his hands a lot more, how to keep those defensive linemen's hands from getting in the inside Teach him. He needs to learn a good swim move, and I think a very good spin move for this kid will actually help him a whole lot in the pass rush. He's a very good 3-4 defensive edge guy as well. I think any team that runs a 3-4 and you coach this guy up, I think he would do very well in the league, man. He's gonna test very well at the combine, so that may raise his stock even higher. I mean, some people got him going in the second round. If he has a great combine and totally smashes it, he might be able to sneak into the first round. You know how these combines go with these drafts, but this is a very raw athlete, but man, he has talent. And man, if you can coach that talent and coach him up, I think he will do very, very, very well in the league. I'm not gonna say this guy is overrated or underrated. I think this kid is just, you need to put him with a good coach. You need to put him on a team that has a great defensive edge line coach to teach him how to use his hands and teach him how to give this guy a spin move, and he can be dominant in this league. Teach him how to use his hands to keep those offensive linemen from getting good pop on him, and teach him how to come off that ball a little bit faster, man, because if he gets a good start, if he knows how to get off that edge very fast, he will do well in this league. But my number 9 top edge rusher in this 2022 NFL draft class, Arnold Ebikiti, 6'3", 250 from Penn State. Good luck in the draft, kid. All right, we're on to number 8, and it's Mr. Cameron Thomas from San Diego State, 6'5", 264, 11.5 sacks, 1 fumble, 71 tackles, 30 solo tackles. Now, I had this guy actually going to us in the second round, the New York Giants, in our latest mock draft. I think this guy is going to climb up draft boards once he shows exactly what he can do at the combine. He had a pretty good Senior Bowl. In my eyes, he had a pretty good Senior Bowl. Strengths, man, his overall, his pass rush leaves a little bit to desire, but man, this guy is very strong against the run. He's a leader. He has sneaky athleticism, sneaky speed. But if you want this guy to be an edge rusher, his bend off the edge leaves a little bit to desire, man. I think his bend off the edge needs a lot of work. If you can get a good coach to teach him how to come off that edge, man, he's gonna be great. But as far as size, 6'5", 264, hey, you may want to put a little weight on him and put him in that 3 to 4 technique on that defensive line. Put him in the inside, like a Leonard Williams or someone like that. He can definitely do that. But they're calling this guy Baby Aidan Hutchinson, and when you look at the film on this guy, he's definitely worth the pick. I have him going around the second or third round, at the very least the high third round. But my number 8 edge rusher is going to be Cameron Thomas, man. Like I said, 11.5 sacks, so you know you can get to the quarterback, and he's just a force, man. I think this guy's going to climb up draft boards. He's probably going to climb up my top edge rushers as well. Yeah, he may even crack that top 5 after the combine. But as for now, I have him at number 8, Mr. Cameron Thomas from San Diego State. Good luck in the draft. All right, we're at number 7 already, man. Let's get it. Mr. Kingsley Kingsley, I got your name right. 6'4", 261, coming from South Carolina, man. He had 4.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 44 tackles overall, 29 solo tackles this past year for the Gamecocks. Hey, listen, this guy's number 7 on my board, but it's not due to talent. It's not due to his athleticism. This guy is athletic as they come, and he's very strong against the run. He gives me Kwity Paye vibes against the run, man. He can be a dominant force. The only thing with him that's going to put him down some boards is his production, and he leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to pass rush. Now, if you put this guy on a defensive line that has a lot of talent on there already, he can play in the 3-4 or the 4-3. He's very versatile, and if you put him on a talented defensive line that has talent there already, I think he could be a force. But if you're looking for this guy to become your premier edge rusher year 1, you're going to be, disappointed his first year. He has to be coached up. He has to be coached up on Pass rush moves, he has to be coached up on not letting those tackles give him the first punch. He needs to work on his hand movement, but all that can be done with this guy. And believe me, he can turn into a very, very good pass rusher in this league, man. Kingsley and Nick Barry. I like the guy. I've had him mocked to the second round to us. That's where I have his value at between second. So if somehow he slips to the third round, somebody's going to get a gem. I'm just going to tell you that now. But man, this guy, very, very good. I know he had low production this past couple of years at South Carolina, but I think if you put this guy around some good veterans and let them teach him, he can turn into a dominant beast like a Kwity Paye over there in Indianapolis. But at number 7, I got Kingsley and Nick Barry from South Carolina, 6'4", 261. Hell of an athlete, can turn into an absolute beast. I know I got him ranked number 7, but don't let that rank fool you. This dude can turn into an absolute monster. So, good luck in the draft, Kingsley. All right, we're at number 6, almost halfway through. Next on the list at number 6, we got Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 275, from the University of Georgia. He has 6 sacks, no fumbles forced, but he has 37 tackles and 19 solo tackles. This guy's a little bit of an enigma in this draft because a lot of people have him a little higher, a lot of people have him a lot lower. This guy, I mean, he didn't have great production over there at Georgia, but man, they had such a stacked defensive line over there at Georgia. It was ridiculous, man. But this guy here, 6'5", 275, I think you can kick him inside or he can go outside. I believe he's a traditional 4-3 defensive end. I don't see him playing in the 3-4. I see him as a traditional defensive end in a 4-3, or you could kick him inside in a 4-3. He could play either. He's very strong, very smart. He has great leadership ability. He was the leader of that Georgia defensive line, believe it or not. And this guy, if you need a good run-stopping defensive end that can get to that quarterback, don't get it twisted. He can get to that quarterback. He's sneaky athletic. But I think he's best fit for a 4-3. I do not think he fits the 3-4 at all. I think he's a guy that needs his hand in the dirt. As you can see, 6'5", 275, big, strong, athletic, can hold the edge against the run. I think this kid could be a beast in the right system, man. The right 4-3 system, this kid could be an absolute beast. And he's a little bit of an enigma. I have him going, some people have him going late first. I have him going mid-second to early third. I don't think I would take him over the other edge rushers that I have on this board. And so if he sneaks into the first round, that's because he had a damn good combine. He probably ran like a 4.5 at the combine. He's going to do about 20 to 25 bench reps, man. His combine is really going to boost his stock, man. So, or make his stock fall. So who knows? But this is the enigma of the edge rush class in 2022, man. He can go as high as the first round, or you can go as low as the third or the fourth round. It just depends on what you need him to do for your team. If you got a 3-4, I think you take him off your boards because I just don't believe he's a 3-4 edge. And he may be able to kick in the inside on the 3-4, who knows? But I know he can be a dominant run-stopping defensive end in the 4-3 immediately. So he has pretty high value. That's why I got him at number 6. He can go from anywhere from the first to the fourth round, man. So if you guys like Trayvon Walker, look at his not his highlights, but look at film. Don't look at highlights, look at film. And you tell me exactly what you think about this guy. I think he's a dominant run-stuffing defensive end in a 4-3 system. Coach him up, and good luck out there. Number 6, Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 275, from the national champion, Georgia Bulldogs. Ain't that something? Georgia was a national champion this year, beat Alabama. Got Nick Saban, good for him. Trayvon Walker, good luck in the draft, bro. All right. In Kevin Hart's voice, we we got the number 5 top edge rusher in the 2022 draft from Big Pat Sports Talk, and we got the beast Jermaine Johnson, the second, 6'5", 262, coming off a 12-sack season, 2 fumbles, 470 tackles, 34 solo tackles at the Florida State University, and this guy's an absolute freak. 6'5", 262 at the combine. He may run sub 4.5. That's how athletic this guy is. He's just very raw. And a lot of people are going to hold it against him because he couldn't crack the starting lineup at Georgia, so he transferred to Florida State. But look at the production, 12 sacks, 2 fumbles forced. This guy, man, every time you turn on the Florida State film, he just popped off. And at the Senior Bowl, he had the highlight of the Senior Bowl, bull rushing Kirkland and just knocking him on his ass out there. This dude, I have him ranked at number 5, but he can easily be the number 1 pass rusher in this draft class coming out when he goes into the NFL, as long as he gets coached up. He's very raw. He has decent bend off the edge, and he has a great spin move already. Teach him how to use those hands and teach him how to keep coming off that edge from the snap. This dude can turn into an absolute monster. He can play 3-4 or 4-3. Wherever you need this guy to play, he can play it. I think he's best suited for a 4-3 defensive end. He plays the run very well. He can hold the edge. And, man, this guy, man, whatever you need this dude to do, he can do it. He'll chase a Kyler Murray down. He can make Lamar Jackson sweat a little bit getting to the outside edge because he's that fast and he's that big and strong. Teach him how to put his hands up when he doesn't get in there to bat that ball down with that big 6'5", 262 frame. And, man, I just think this guy's going to be a beast in the NFL, depending on if he gets the right coaching or not and if he gets into the right system. And you can say that about any player, but this player right here, man, I think this kid is special. I have him going mid to late first to early second. I don't see him getting past the second round. I really don't see him getting past the first round, to be honest with you. This edge class is very top heavy, and these top 5 may go in the first round. I'm almost going to say they're locks to go in the first round because I don't see them falling anywhere below high second round. So maybe we can get this guy for Wink Martindale's system in the second round. I would jump for joy, to be honest with you. But Jermaine Johnson, man, 6'5", 262, Florida State, got the production, has the athleticism, and has the absolute motor and mean streak that you want in a defensive player. So, at number 5, Jermaine Johnson, like everybody else, good luck in the draft, kid. All right, at number 4, mama, there goes that man, Mr. David Ojabo, 6'5", 250, coming from the University of Michigan. Jim Harbaugh and the boys out there doing it. He had 11 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 35 tackles, 24 solo. This guy has everything that you want in the edge rusher. From 3-4, I think he's best fit for the 3-4. He has everything that you want in the edge rusher, man. He's tall, he's lean, he has great bend off the edge. He actually does very well against the run. Athleticism is off the charts. Only thing about this guy that people can say, he only has 1 year of great production. You didn't hear too much about him before this year, and he played opposite of Aidan Hutchinson. And Aidan Hutchinson is pretty much number 1 on a lot of people's boards. He's been falling a little bit lately, but I don't see why. But Ojabo, man, I can't say anything really bad about this guy, man. He's a total fit. Definitely for us here at the Giants, he's a total fit for us in Wink system, man. He can do just about anything that you want him to do, man. Seriously. 11 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. That means he knows how to get the strip sack on a quarterback and he attacks the ball. So he can get the ball out the quarterback's hands and get the ball back to the offense. Man, this dude comes off the edge with a motor that's unmatched just about, man. And this guy, he could be an X factor for any team off that 3-4 edge rusher. If you got another edge rusher on your 3-4 and this guy comes in, man, you got 2 bookends, man. David Ojabo, can't say to anything really bad about the guy. They had him ranked 5. I got him ranked number 4. But David Ojabo, 6'5", 250, coming from Michigan. and he put up 11 sacks on opposite side of Aidan Hutchinson. So if you want to poo-poo the guy because he played alongside another good player, well, that's on you. But I would take this guy on my team in a heartbeat. So my number 4 ranked edge rusher in this 2022 NFL draft is Mr. David Ojabo from Michigan. Good luck in the draft, kid, and you're not going to need it, man. I have him in the first round. I don't see him slipping past the first round at all. Good luck, David. All right, here's where the people are gonna start going crazy on me about my edge rusher rankings. At number 3, I got Mr. Kayvon Thibodeaux, 6'5", 258 out of Oregon, coming off a 7 sack, 2 forced fumble, 49 tackle, 35 solo tackle season at the University of Oregon. And I can hear it now. How the hell do you have Kayvon Thibodeaux ranked number 3? Are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I just watched film. Just because I have him at number 3 doesn't mean that this guy is not the best pass rushing edge in this draft. If you need somebody to come on third down to get that quarterback, shout out to Classified Joe. Says this all the time. This is your guy. Number 1 on the board. No questions asked. If you just need a pass rusher to come get that quarterback on third downs, he can do that all day, every day in his sleep. The thing I worried about Mr. Thibodeaux is disengaging blocks and disengaging on blocks against the run game. His run defense leaves a lot to be desired, man. It just does, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It leaves a lot to be desired. He struggles against the RPO, and let's be honest, we have a bunch of RPO RPO quarterbacks in the NFC East, and that's why I have him ranked number 3rd. If I was like a Joe Shane, if I were working for the Giants, I have him 3rd. There's only 2 guys above him, so that's not saying he's sorry or anything like that. So don't get it twisted. This guy's gonna be a beast in the NFL, and he can go 3-4, 4-3, wherever you need him to go. He can do it, and he can run with the best of them. But he just leaves a lot to be desired against the run game, and he has an injury history as well. I don't know how healthy he will be coming into this season. Hopefully he doesn't get a major injury in NFL, because if he doesn't, he's going to go down as one of the top edge rushers out of this class, bar none. But I do have Kayvon Thibodeaux ranked number 3, 6'5", 258. Has great production. He was the consensus number 1 pick in the draft in the beginning of the college season, but you know things have changed. They actually said they have him dropping to number 5 to us, and if we took him, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to jump for joy. This guy's an ultimate talent. Just almost as can't miss prospect as you can get. Just got to teach him how to stay motivated in the run game. That's the only thing I worried about this guy. Other than that, number 1 across the board. But at number 3, I got Mr. Kayvon Thibodeaux out of the University of Oregon. And like I told everybody else, good luck in the draft, Kayvon. All right, we are at number 2, folks. We almost towards the end. At number 2, we got Mr. George Karlaftis, 6'4", 275 out of Purdue. Coming off 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 36 tackles, 25 solo tackles. This is the guy that I actually put above Kayvon Thibodeaux when it came to the top edge rushers. And we all know who's going to be number 1. We're going to get to him next. But I put him above Kayvon Thibodeaux. And I know you guys are saying, man, you only had 4.5 sacks. It's really not about production with this guy. If you actually look at his film, this dude is as dominant as it comes against the pass and the run. And he was playing at Purdue. He was the only one there, so he was getting double teamed and triple teamed at times. But when it comes to playing that RPO, there's no one better than him. When it comes to playing the run, there's no one better than him. When it comes to explosion off the line, second to none. When it comes to strength, second to none. I think this kid is going to be an absolute beast. An absolute beast in the NFL. And I just think this kid, man, he brings pass rush, and he is as dominant against the run as I saw Kwity Paye was back in last year's draft. And man, you pair this guy, he can play 3-4, 4-3, wherever you want him to play, he can play. And I just have him ranked number 2, man. I'm sorry for the Thibodeaux fans. I'm sorry about it, but man, this kid is amazing to me. The more film I look on him, the more I like this guy, man. This guy's a leader. He has a motor that does not quit. He has sneaky athleticism, great strength, realizes the run, realizes the pass. He can do anything that you want him to do. Anything that you want him to do, this kid can do. And I wouldn't be surprised if he went top 10 or top 5. I wouldn't be surprised, because this kid brings a lot to the table. And man, you get this kid coached up, who knows what this kid can turn into. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's why I have him at number 2. I watched his All-22, and man, he just popped off the screen every time. He does not have an injury history, not that I know of. If you know that he has an injury history, correct me in the comments. But the only thing you can really say is lack of production. He only had 4.5 sacks. But man, this kid does everything that I want my edge rusher to do. He could play 3-4 standing up, or he could play the defensive end position in a 4-3. So, guys, I got George Karlaftis at number 2, 6'4", 275, an absolute monstrous edge rusher in this draft class. So, good luck in the draft, George. All right. We're at the end, man. Here, Aidan Hutchinson is the number 1 top edge rusher in the 2022 draft class for Big Pat Sports Talk. And I don't have to say too much about this guy. Everybody knows this guy's number 1. To the people that got him falling, I don't know what you're talking about. You want to base it off one Georgia game, where go ahead. But I look at the All-22. And All-22 says this guy is all world, all class, and is really not close. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's really not close. I have him going number 1 overall. It's between him and Evan Neal. But Aidan Hutchinson, 6'6", 265. No, he's from University of Michigan. 14 sacks, 2 fumbles, 462 tackles, 36 solos. What can you say about this guy? That's a weakness. Maybe his overall speed. He had a little bit of injury concerns, I guess. But man, this guy has been off the edge. He has great get off. He's good against the run and the pass. He's sneaky athletic. I had this guy playing just like the Bosa's, man, but stronger. He might be a little bit slower than the Bosa's, but he's actually absolutely stronger. And he just does everything that you need your edge rusher to do. He plays the 3-4. He can play the 4-3. He can play whatever you need him to play. He can go off in coverage and cover the flats. And man, if you want to knock this guy from number 1 because of what happened in the Georgia game, where they game planned for him, quick screen passes all game, didn't let the quarterback stay back there too long because they knew Aidan Hutchinson could get to him. If the Michigan Wolverines had better DBs, that whole plan would have been shot. But they didn't, and so the plan worked. And if you want to poo-poo him and drop him down your board because of one game against Georgia, like I said, you're fooling yourself. This kid is number 1, and I don't believe it's close. I'm just going to be honest with you. And everybody knows about Aidan Hutchinson. I don't have to say too much more that this guy's an absolute beast. I think he could go to number 1 overall, and no way he falls out of the top 3. If he falls to the number 5 pick to the New York Giants, our New York Giants, Big Blue Crew, we better take him. That's all I got to say. But my number 1 edge rusher, Aidan Hutchinson. And it's not even close. Good luck in the draft, Aidan. Be looking to call you at the number 1 pick in this year's draft. I'm just going to be honest with you. Well, all right, man. That was my top edge rushers of the 2022 NFL draft class. Big Pat Sports Talk. Going to be giving you the heat. Going to be doing other positions. And you guys tell me what you think of my top edge rushers and how would you rank them, and who did I leave out, or who would you maneuver, who should be higher, who should be lower. Man, please put that in the comments, man. I love you guys' opinions. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my top 10 top edge rushers of the 2022 NFL draft. I'm going to be doing more videos. Let me know what you think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Merchandise is here. It'll be in the description. Also, memberships are here. Hey, if you want to become a member and talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, hit that join button for me as well. But I enjoy doing this, man. I enjoy ranking these edge rushers. I'm going to continue to do this. This is one of my passions. I love doing this. And hopefully you guys enjoy. But until the next episode, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.